Hello guys, and welcome to PodCoder. In the previous video we successfully fetched the opportunities from the server, and in this video our intention is to display those opportunities on the screen. But before that, if you noticed in the previous video we had this strange warning, and this warning is coming from the package state rebuilder, and it mentions something about the observable and so on. So I have just went through this warning, and I noticed that this is happening because in the version that we are using, they use some observables and so on. And also when I went to the package is upgraded to the version 2, and currently the version is 2.20, and it mentions something here that version 2 is marked by some breaking changes. Also, one of our subscribers to this channel, he had some issues with this package, because if you install this package, the version 2 and above, it has some breaking changes and will not support the version that we are currently using, and it is 1.15. So first of all, I am going to just upgrade this package, and I'm quite sure that it has some breaking changes, so we will fix that. So I'm just copying this dependency, and inside the YAML file I'm going to paste that, and after pasting I'm going to save that, and automatically it will get the package. And if not, you can click here on this get packages and it will update that. And you can just already notice that we have these red lines on the sign in page, and also sign up, also inside the opportunities. And if I come here, you can see right now it clearly says that the name parameter model isn't defined. So they removed basically these models, and inside that models I believe they have something called observers. And basically it is mostly like the models, and they have observe, and I think the observe is more meaningful, because this will if you have this state rebuilder widget, then we'll have some observers that will observe some models, and if those models has some changes, it will rebuild itself. So what I'm going to do is, you can see the syntax, it's really easy. And yes, we have something else here, and that is the RM and or reactive model, and we can just get an instance of a model if we want. So let me just change this one to observe, and to observe something, what we want is, we want to just first of all we can get that model from the from the rm.get, and .get, you can see that this get is dynamic, and we need to pass the model that we want. And in this case, I believe right now we are in the sign app, so we have the auth state, I believe. So we can have it like that, but before that it should be a function that returns this. So this is the syntax that we can use, and as we had the singleton model, we are getting that model here, and that is with the help of, I believe, let me find it out here, with the help of injector we are getting that singleton model. So directly we can paste it here if we want. What was that? Where was that? Yes, here it is. So directly we can just put it here, but it should be after this function, so the return of this function. We can get that model, and also instead of this injector we can use that RM here, and injector also will work, doesn't have any issue. So this RM looks better to me, and it is more meaningful. So this is our reactive model, and you can see right now the error is gone from this sign app page. So I am just going to the sign in, and inside the sign in also we'll use the RM or reactive model, and also just use the get. And after that here at the bottom we'll change this one to observe, and this observe, as I told you, it's a function, will return the model that we want to observe. And you might be wondering, suppose if this state builder widget is dependent on more than one model, then how we can observe two models. Suppose right now we have this singleton assign app model, and we are currently just observing for that. And if suppose we want to observe for the opportunities state as well, how we can do that? That's also really easy. And instead of observe, we can use observe many, and this observe many, it's an array, and this array will have the same thing like this. I mean, we can use it this way and with commas, or we can put directly the models if we want here. Okay, so you can do that, and definitely we will use it. And later on we have some pages which is dependent on many models, and we'll use that. Okay, and also here we have some breaking changes, and it is basically that models. So for now we are just sticking around with this one, and let me remove these brackets, and I believe we are good to go. And let me first of all refresh the app and look for the back, and let me just go. So here I believe we have still this error, and that is because if you sometimes in the Flutter, if you upgrade your YAML file, what you need is you need to stop the application and run it again. So this will grab everything, and it will install or get the packages, and will do the work. And if it's this is strange sometimes for me. I believe it needs some kind of this hot reloading is not working. So we have some other changes, and the one that I told you is the RM that we have. We can get that also. We have we can use this set state on the reactive model as we did before. So it has some breaking changes, but I believe if you just head over to this update, let me just do this one. Yeah, that warning is gone, and currently we have only the response that we got from the server. And let me just remove this breaking point. We don't need it anymore. And let me just remove this print, because it's like we don't need that anymore also. Okay, so you can see right now we don't have any warning and error. Okay, and I was telling you about the upgrades that this package has. Just head over on this wiki, and inside that you can see there is a nice documentation for each and every part. Suppose you don't know about the about the injector, or even the new reactive model, and what is reactive model or what is new reactive model. You can see it's really a nice documentation, and honestly I just helped me a lot to get this package, and it's well written, and you can surely get some benefit from. And even though we have this global and this global reactive model or local reactive models that you can use. And by the way, there are some great features added in this version 2 that you can use it. Okay, so we'll use all those features, and hopefully we are done with the migration. And currently what we are doing is we want to display the list of opportunities that we have on the screen. So I am just going to close all these pages, and after that I am going to open the opportunities page, and inside that you can see we have this single child scroll view, and inside that we have this state builder widget, and we have this column which doesn't have any element or widget. But before that, right now it's like this is happening because currently we are just calling the set state on the init state of this widget. Let me change this one as well to the RM, and this should be get, and it will work, no problem. And even though that injector is going to work without any issue, any problem, but I think this is a little bit concise. Okay, So we have basically the widgets, and after we got the widgets from the server, this state builder widget will rebuild itself, and we will have the first of all, we have this model, and this model is our opportunities state model. So let me put it like this: model.state, and inside that state we are looking, and yeah, just make sure that right now we don't have IntelliSense, because we are observing this one and we didn't bind that with the opportunities state. And let me bind it, and here right now you can see, if I do it like this, we have IntelliSense, and what we are looking for is the opportunities, and we want to map through each opportunity. So here we will have a single opportunity, and if I just hover on this one, you can see that it is a type of opportunity, and here we need to return something. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to return a column, and inside that we'll have some children. I will tell you why I used column, and inside this children I'm going to use a text, and inside the text we are going to just print the opportunity dot title for now, but this will have some error, and I will tell you why. Let me just open the terminal. So currently it doesn't have, but surely sometimes it throws an error, and that is why, because inside the opportunities state you can see here the list of opportunities by default it is null, so it is not defined, and if you just map on a null, you will get an error. And here you can see we are mapping through that opportunities. So here by default this opportunities is null, and we didn't get it yet from the server, and you might face some issues. Just make sure about this one. Just initialize your opportunities with an empty array by default, so you can map through an empty array. And yes, you can see right now we have the titles of the opportunities, but as you know, we are missing something. And let me just go to the design, and so let me open this Adobe XD and just display this page. You can see inside this page what we have is, first of all, we have these categories, and after those categories we have this opportunity has an image and also the title with this these icons and buttons and so on. So we are looping through this one, and we are going to display that, but for now we want to have an image. So let me just copy an image that I have on my desktop, and it's this image. I'm going to copy that. It's basically a test image that I just exported this image, and I use that. So inside the assets, I am just make sure just right click on this images, and as I'm using Mac, so I will reveal it in folder, or if you're using Windows, I believe it is Explore, something like that. And I'm going to paste that image here, and I'm going to change the name to test_image. It doesn't matter whatever you name it. So we have this image, and basically it's a test image that we want to put it for now, but later on we will fetch the images from the server itself. So after you added this image in the assets, what you need is you need to add it inside your .yaml, and so we have currently this logo. So let me do one thing, and that is I'm going to duplicate this one. Inside the images we have that test_image.png. So we have this one, and if you remember, we had something called images inside the values folder, and if I click on that, you can see we are exporting our images path here. So I'm going to call this one as test image, and it is the test_image. So this is basically the path that we want to use it. So it's better, I believe it is more concise and better to use it like this. So inside the you can see, let me close this navigation bar, and here you can see that we are for each organization we are first of all we are returning a column, and inside this column, as I told you before, we have only this text. So I am just going to put a comma here to format it nicely, another comma here to make it more readable, and you can see right now we have it. And first of all, what I'm going to do is I am going to put an image, and this is from asset, and here we can put the path to that asset. Suppose it is inside the assets and so on, but we just made some changes and we have this images class, and inside that we have that test image that we can use, and basically this test image is the path to that image. So if I save it, you can see right now we have that single image which is just repeating here, but it is not formatted well. What I'm going to do is, first of all, I am going to wrap this text with a container. If I click on that, so click here or press Command dot on Mac or Control dot on Windows and wrap it with a container. And if we do so, let me put a comma here to format it nicely. I want to add some padding. So to add padding, I will use the agent 6. So the agent 6.symmetric in this case. For horizontal, I want to add 15, and vertical, I want to put it as 5. I think it's okay. So right now you can see it is formatted well, but I think it is a lot. So let me put 12. Yeah, it's okay. It's better right now. But still we have something missing, and that is this the font which we have. So the font is missing currently, and we don't have that, and also we don't have these these buttons and with icons. So first of all, let me add those buttons, and later on we will add the font itself. So because we use the font, a custom font, and that is called DOSIS, and to use that, it is not available in Flutter. We need to bring it in. But before that, let me add something here inside this column. After this row, we will have another row with the children's, and those children's basically first of all we need to add a button, or it's a text here, but this one is a button, this share, and the rest is we can say it's a row with the icon and also the text. So the first one is a row, again a row, and inside that we have an icon, and the icon is icons dot school, I believe, and for the we need to have a sized box to put some space between the elements, and I will add the width to it. Width, I think it should be 5 is okay with that. And we have a text widget. So this text is written that as a scholarship, but later on we will change this one to the category name. And so you can see right now we have it. And after that, what we need is we need another row, and I believe this should be a button because we are categorizing, and let me wrap this one with a button, and I want to wrap it with a widget, and that widget is a flat button. And this flat button, I believe, needs the on pressed because we have that warning. So yeah, we have it, and currently you can see if I click on that, we are having that nice effect. Okay, good. And the next one, we have only a row for that. So let me just copy this row from here, and this row, and basically we are inside this row, and after that flat button I'm going to paste it here. So if I save it, you can see we have the scholarship, but it is this one with 134 or something. So that's basically the views, and we have the red eye, I think remove, it's called remove red eye. And If I save that, yeah, it is coming. And the next one is a button, and that is the share. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy and paste it. So basically this is a design, and a simple design that you can escape it if you want, and there is no point in this thing. And I just want to do it by myself, because I just want you to know that what process we went into. And the last one is basically a row, and inside that, so let me just paste it here. And we have for this one, I think we have the calendar, and I don't know, basically I think it is calendar today, and I think it's event, I believe. Yes, it is event. And also we have the it is here 7 April 2020. So 7 April 2020, and we'll format our data based on this one. But as you already see, it is not looking nice. And currently you can see that right now we don't have a proper design, and this is not looking that much cool, and that's because of this font. And the font itself is not there. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to open my browser. Inside the browser, just type fonts.google.com and head over to this site. So wow, it's taking a little bit time. And here just you can add your own font. It doesn't have to be the font that I am using, but the point of this tutorial is I just wanted to know how you can add a font in your application if you want. And the font that we used is called DOSIS, and if you just go here, I think it's you can find it, or the easiest way is to just write it here, DOSIS, and you can have it here. And after that, what you can do is just click on this download font family, and it will just download this zip file, and it is I think 140 kbs or more than that. I'm not quite sure about it. Let me download it again, and yeah, it's downloading. It's 300 or 400 kbs, but inside that we have multiple fonts. So already I downloaded, and it is here on my desktop, and I just extract the zip file, and you can see inside that folder we have, first of all, this DOSIS variable font which contains all the font families. Also here we have the separated ones. Suppose if you want to use bold, light, medium, and so on. If you don't want to use all, you can use it. But for now, what I'm going to do is I just want to copy this DOSIS variable font which has everything inside that. And if you just type and click on this readme, and it is written that the DOSIS variable font with this width means all styles are contained in a single file. So basically the what we can say, the bold, the italic, is extra bold, and sometimes. So I'm just going to copy this DOSIS variable font .ttf, and I am going to my project, and inside the project here on the assets, just make sure to click on this assets, because here in VS Code it's already collapsed. And if you click on asset and click here, or right click on asset and click on the new folder, I'm going to call it as fonts, and after that I'm going to right click and open it so I can see it. So I'm going to paste that font, and for the name, I believe I'm just going to select it all, I mean the name, and also copy it. So that's it. But you know that if we want to add a font, we need to add it inside the YAML file here. So let me scroll a little bit. Here is the part that we can add a font, and for now what I'm going to do is I am just going to uncomment this one. For the font family, it is DOSIS, and also for the font path, it is basically inside the assets and inside the fonts, and we have that. So let me just confirm that we have the assets. I think I missed that. Yeah, it's assets and also fonts. We have DOS font variable.ttf, and for the font family we don't need this one, so let me comment it out again, so maybe later we want to use it. And first of all, again, you have added something in your YAML file. I am just going to stop and start the application. It will take a little bit time, but till now what we want to do is we want to style these things and just change the font a little bit because it is bigger than we have the inside our design. You can see that right now it is a little bit smaller here. So I'm going to the opportunities page. So let me go from here, opportunities page, and for this text, what I'm going to do is inside any of this text share or something like that, I want to have an style, and for the style we need to put it as text, sorry, not text theme, text style. And for the text style, first of all we have the font family, and that is DOS that we have added. So let me save that. You can see that the share already changed the font, so let me do this one for the title, and that should be a little bit more visible. So we have the title, let me add the style here. So we have it, and unfortunately it is not looking that much good, and for that I need to add the font width, and font width is I believe for this we need to use the regular, and the regular font width is 500, and it is not looking good. Let me change that to 600. I think it's better, and let me change the font size to 20. Let's check that. Yeah, I think it's more clear, but 18, I think it is more convenient. Okay, we have that, and we need to change these things, and for that we have already changed for the share. So we have the font size, and font size for this I believe it should be 12, and font width, let me change that font width, and that should be also 600. So font width dot w 600. We have it. Yeah, it looks good. And also I believe so we have this text style. So let me just cut this one, and I will change the name to icon text style. And here inside the build I want to declare a text style variable, and I will change the name icon text style, and I want to just paste that variable here. So we have it. Also I want to have a double, and this double is our icon size. Basically these icons, you can see that already it is bigger. So let me just go to the design. You can see it's bigger. And for the icon size I'm not quite sure, but let me put 12 for now, and I think 20 should be okay, not 12. So we can use this text style for the, first of all let me use it for the scholarship. I'm going here for this icon, for the size we can use the size as icon size. So let me save that. Yeah, it is looking better. And let me change the style to that icon text style. Yeah, it is good. And the same thing I just want to repeat. So the size is equal to the icon size, and also the text style is the that icon text style. Icon text, wow, let me paste it. I think I have it in my clipboard. Okay, so the same thing I want to add. Oh, it is really a lengthy process. So size is icon size, and also the text is there already. We need to just change the size of these icons. So icon size, and for the text as well we can put that style the same text style. So it looks better, but it is not formatted well. I mean, it is not aligned well. As you see here, it is more aligned, and that is because inside this upper row, and because this row which we have something here, this is basically a row, and this row, what we need is we need to have the main axis alignment as main axis alignment dot. I think we need to put the space evenly for this. Let me check that. Yes, you can see right now everything is formatted and also placed in the same way. And for the here for the category, I think inside this opportunity we have the category. So let me just check for that. So we have the opportunity here. I'm not quite sure. We named the we have this opportunity inside our map, and I'm going to put that here, opportunity.category.name, I believe it is. So if I save that, you can see right now this is fellowship, and the other one is scholarship and internship, and so on. So we successfully, right now we have a dynamic rendering. And in the next video, first of all, what we want to do is, because currently we have only fetched 10 elements from the server, in the next video we are going to implement the pagination and fetch more data, for more opportunities here, and display it. Also, we need to customize this one, this views. Also, let me change this date, and already it is I think it is static, and we can change that here. So let me change that also. We have the opportunity dot created at, or not, deadline. I believe that should be, that is the deadline that we have. But as already you see, it is not formatted well, but I think it is okay, and we need it inside this format, or we can change this format later on from the backend, and we can display, because I think it is not looking good. Okay, and yes, this was all about displaying the data, and also using a custom font, and also we migrated our state builder package. So thank you for watching, and kindly subscribe and hit the bell button so you will be notified about the upcoming video.